A convicted Clay County sex offender tells News4 Jax his neighbors want him gone, so he plans to move. He must stay at least 1,000 feet away from where children congregate. However, that does not include school bus stops, and he recently moved back into a house right near a school bus stop. Channel 4's Jim Piggott talked with the sex offender and with people in the neighborhood. He's joining us live from Fleming Island to sort all this out. Jim?
You know, Tom, the sex offender's name is Carlos Rodriguez, and he lives right in this neighborhood, and right here, where I'm standing right near here, is that school bus stop, which you pointed out is not illegal, but it's closer than 1,000 feet from where he is. Now, people in this neighborhood say that's just too close, and they don't think it's right. So I talked to him this morning, and Rodriguez told me he's going to move. Carlos Rodriguez told me this morning that he plans to move from this neighborhood. He said that on camera, but later he and his mother called asking us not to use that interview, and we respected their wishes. Rodriguez told me that this is the first time anything like that has ever happened to him. He says he would not molest children. Rodriguez became a registered sex offender after police say he was trolling on the internet. Police reports indicate that he thought he was talking to a 14-year-old girl, but it was actually an undercover officer. The reports say they agreed to meet. He was arrested in the sting operation last November. Rodriguez told us he didn't realize that the undercover cop said she was 14 years old. He thought she was 20. Rodriguez now carries a sexual offender label for the rest of his life. And as a sexual offender, part of his release, he was ordered to stay 1,000 feet away from where kids congregate. The Clay County Sheriff's Office says he met all of those guidelines, even though there's a school bus stop right outside the house he lives in. It doesn't count as part of the rules, and that's upsetting to some parents. Rick Dorsey, who just moved in the neighborhood with his family a few doors down last week, is very upset. He said he checked the sexual offender's website and Rodriguez was not on it when he purchased the house. Dorsey says he's glad to hear that Rodriguez plans to leave, but he says the idea that bus stops are exempt is crazy.
Because that's exactly where kids congregate in the morning and when they get dropped off. So for that not to be included in the rule or the law kind of is a huge loophole that needs to get closed.
Now, the Clay County Sheriff's Office says that law, though, is set up by the county commission. The state guidelines are what they're following right now. So I did check with the county to see if there is any work being done to maybe change that, because some areas do put it closer with bus stops than that, but they say at this point that's not being discussed. We're live in Fleming Island in Clay County. Jim Piggott, Channel 4, the local station.
Thank you, Jim. If you want to see if the neighborhood where you live has any registered sex offenders, we have a link on our website. Go to news4jax.com, then look for sex offenders under the News tab. There you can check for offenders in your county and in your neighborhood.